brass and other vandalism at now at SPDC pipelines at Ikara, which is the boundary between rivers and Bayelsa states. The recent spate of violence across the country, especially in the Niger Delta region, at this time is creating a lot of tension in the communities. The want property cannot in any way be equated with atonement for any of our lives and property. For any grievances we may want to address as currently canvassed by the new military grievances we will want to address as let me take it. The recent spate of violence across the country, especially in Niger Delta, at the time is creating a lot of tension in the communities. They wanted destruction of lives and property, not in any way be equated with atonement for any grievances we may want to address as currently canvassed by the new military groups in the region. Rising cases of murder, piracy in the creeks, court-related gas and oil pipeline exclusions, and attack on citizens, both military and civilian, is dishonoring and dignity of the victims. These families with resultant incalculable loss to the nation as whole. Now, to the matter of the host community of Nigeria producing oil and gas, HOSTCOM. A few unpatriotic individuals have gone to the pages of the newspaper to call for fictitious AGM meeting, after which a conference will be held in the name of the Board of Trustees and Executive Committees of host communities. Host communities of Nigeria producing oil and gas, HOSTCOM, is one indivisible body, an umbrella body that represents all the hosts and impacted communities from 50-kilometer radius from any project site with registration number 23281. For the avoidance of doubt, there is no known organization by any name HOSTCOM. Therefore, by impersonating and use the name of a duly registered association for illegality and by extension causing insecurity, consign, and to threaten the peace in disguise. It is disheartening and job-breaking that those expected to maintain sanity and decorum as elder statesmen are the ones fueling the amber of disintegration and unity in all name of God's left Nazi forms through conspiracy, impersonation, and to cause disunity among members of those communities in Nigeria, by extension, the entire country and people. We need the general public and the relevant government agencies to note as follows. 1. There is no leadership drift in our organization. HOSTCOM is a constitutionally registered with CAC and has a structural national leadership tenure for its executives. 2. The initial leadership thousand drift in the organization was laid to rest by the judgment of the Bar of Benin over everyone, which was followed by court judgments that confirmed the leadership by the legal board of trustees with patent rights, which I Chief Dr. Benjamin Style, Cameron JP, as the national chairman. Host communities for Nigeria producing oil and gas, HOSTCOM, a noble and famous grassroots institution devoid of criminal tendencies. We will resist, I said, we will resist any intimidation by few individuals and cannot be allowed to use by any group of persons to use those in disguise to perpetrate any criminality and militancy. 3. HOSTCOM will join forces with the federal government for host community sustainable development to curb bunkering, crude oil theft, pipeline vandalization, kidnapping, and anti-social vices. Bishop Mike Ebu, King J.T. Smith, Chief Wellington Okrika, Chief Jasper Zombo, and others are not registered members of host communities board of trustee with the registration number 23281. Therefore, lack the jurisdiction and the capacity to speak for host communities or trade with the name of host community organization. I said they are impersonating and a threat to this federation to cause risk of peace in the Niger Delta region and is unacceptable by these noble organizations. My demo was a PR with me as last executive of late Chief AM committee and was removed, and a disclaimer was placed on him due to criminal activities, scamming people in disguise of cooperative loans, multilateral refinery, and pipeline supply jobs. My Kevin and King Jeffrey Speed have been fraudulently misleading host communities national executive. 5. It is repugnant and against the national justice that the faceless group would ridicule highly respected, noble and credible monarchs and elder statesmen such as Oba of Benin, who is the life patron of this organization. His Eminence King Edmund Bakuru, FCI, CON, Migi, Itwaf, Amayana of Nebe, former OPEC president, former GMP NNPC, former Minister of Petroleum, former MD Chair, SPDC. Chief Park E.K. Clark, Grand Patron of this noble organization, His Royal Majesty Dr. Achanga, the President General Trump, and other members of this global board of trustees, to mention a few. The country holds this noble respected personality to high esteem and cannot engage or be found to be associated with groups of fraudulent classes with criminal background and activities. May I use this opportunity to urge and publications of unapproved names of some of these highly respected noble monarchs, kings and elder statesmen for nefarious, self-centered interests and activities in the region due to gas-related penalty funds in disputable or ratification. The Vanguard publication on page 26 of the 26th of November 2020 by the convener is fraudulent, impersonating, and ridiculous. provoking and anger of the donors. Elder statements, as it does not represent the executive members and the board of trustees who was the minister of Nigeria Producing Oil and Gas HOSTCOM. The recent attack on the major school line is senseless, as those of all. Therefore, the consequences of environmental degradation to our environment and desecration to our ecosystem is a taboo. The record straight any federal asset and facility belong to you and I. So why vandalize or attack it, causing more damage? Join hands with the host communities of Nigeria, producing oil and gas, HOSTCOM, to continue the highlights and the environmental livelihood, the security, resource control, and governance challenges in the region. Gas funds is the tip of the iceberg compared to our statutory rights and sustainable development. HOSTCOM doors are wide open for all patriotic respected sons and daughters of the host community of Nigeria producing oil and gas. You are all welcome with open hands to support and make your contribution to move the region to a greater heights. Be a voice of reason, moderation in the midst of all the anger, despair, and warmongering by the different stakeholders and actors. We notify the general public, the federal authorities, and all relevant agencies to intensify efforts to ensure that data posed by the publication and the conference is caught in the board to avoid breakdown of law and order and blood grass. The publication is funny and hamper of discourse and threat to national unity. We believe the federal government recognizes the need for peace, social, economic, and infrastructural development, alternative livelihood solutions, diversification of the economy of the region, and the asset needs for a coherent Niger Delta Developmental Action Plan. More so, to ensure those communities of Nigeria producing oil and gas are engaged in the decision-making process of regulatory boards and authorities of the oil and gas industry and investments. No Niger Delta patriotic citizen in any pressure group or those in elected position to play politics with its economic and economic development. Alternative livelihoods and emphasize the host community of Nigeria producing oil and gas as a result of gas-led penalties. The media. The media should step up effort to always support mirroring all security challenges, conflicts of interest, and human rights breaches, as well as timely determination of such information to the general public and relevant agencies of government, except those considered as classified. We are so confident that the consideration and adherence to our recommendation will put in place a lasting solution which will in the long run bring forth both the people of the Niger Delta region and by extension the entire nation for lasting stability and economic prosperity. God bless both communities of Nigeria. God bless Niger Delta region. God bless Federal Government of Nigeria. Thank you.
You are on live to GTV Africa from Abuja, where the host president of HOSTCOM is talking to the press on what happens in Abuja.
Questions, please. Questions, please. You'll be given the press release.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. This is GTV Africa, live from Abuja, and heard what the national president of HOSTCOM is telling everyone about the crisis that is going on in Port Harcourt and other parts of the environment. This is GTV Africa, live from Abuja. Well, if I have opportunity to talk to President one-on-one, I would love to do that. For him to outside the statement he made. Have that. Where you are on live to GTV Africa, the president is still the press release that he made.
Questions, please. You have questions for the chairman, please.
May I also use the opportunity to correct an impression? That publication of Vanguard 26, November 26. The convener of the writer or the publishers of that article was bearing the name Host Communities of Nigeria Producing Oil and Gas, HOSTCOM. It might interest you to know, HOSTCOM is one entity and is not divided. And you only speak for HOSTCOM when you have a true company that is registered with that. And I want to make this house, this gentleman of press, to take a good cognizance of this. Which means the real document that entails the board of trustees. So that I will not just come and say that we're the board of trustees and this is the board of trustees. You can pick it. So for whoever wants to speak about this committee, it's board of trustees. The CSC document of board of trustees is here. And the names are well spelled. So you cannot and never and speak for another board which you do not belong to. I talk about judgments. And this is the judgment of High Court of Rome, which by and it lost out. And this is the judgment. This HOSTCOM is already patent. It has a trade name, HOSTCOM into Nigeria Producing Oil and Gas. This is certificate of the patent. So you cannot and ever use another man's trademark to call his own. I really want to point out, this is a letter from Oba Obidin after solving the problems of my table and myself, who is the eligible chairman who was elected. Oba Obidin confirmed and written this letter to Mr. President, Muhammad Buhari, last year, February. There was a peace accord signed by myself and my king, by traditional rulers of oil producing minerals, Trump. This is the peace accord signed He signed and I signed. And I remained at the valid national chairman. Of no course, he can stand up to speak on behalf of host community organizations. I want whoever is not convinced can take it to any court to defend what is so about. So that is the reason that I'm not bringing all for us, for the press to take note of this. This board was there and was changed. This is a satisfactory copy of host communities, and it's certificate here. And they this certified copy came on the 25th of November. Today is what, 27th, right? How many days ago? Please come and verify it. True satisfied copy. 25th. I talk with authority today, not by adoption. And this is the authority of HOSTCOM. And no other person, as far as host community is concerned, speak for HOSTCOM. Thank you very much.
Sir, when is your tenure going to be over?
I came into office on the 26th of July 2018. And it is going to be lapsed 25th of July 2020. That is when my tenure will lapse. And I'm also eligible for another 4 years if I do well. If my people return me back, not by force. If I deserve, if I do feel that I should go back, and I will go back. Host community is not just my community. I am from Bayelsa State. The former chairman was from Delta State. Delta ruled 16 years before Bayelsa. When the former chairman was the vice chairman, I was the vice chairman of the former chairman. Without cabinet. So you can read what I'm saying. And I'm not just a new person in this host community. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you very much. You've heard from him exactly what is going on, and he's already spoken elaborately on the activities of the HOSTCOM. This is GTV Africa. Promise that anytime we have events or something is going on, we are going to bring to you live. And this is live from Abuja, from the president of HOSTCOM, telling us about what is going on in the group and who is eligible to lead the group. I am Benga Olamikon. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everything. Well, see you at another time.